everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Joyclicks Podcast. I'm Omar Nakvi, and you're joined by...
Christian Buckley.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. How are you?
I'm alright. Christian, how... You've been playing anything recently? I hear a video game came out.
It did.
If I may segue into this right now.
I've been playing mostly... over the past week, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. With an occasional match of Star Wars Battlefront 2. But, yeah, Sekiro.
That's a
Sekiro's
classic
really good.
right there. It's free on Xbox Live Games of Gold right now.
It is, yeah. But, yeah, that's something.
So, Sekiro. Is that how you say it? It's not Sekiro, it's Sekiro. That makes sense.
I've been calling it Sekiro since it was announced.
Yeah.
And then... I was never sure because people I've talked to like at work that like Souls called it Sekiro and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, am I being wrong? Do I not know Japanese the right way?
Yeah.
And then I got to the point in Sekiro where there's an interaction where the wolf gets his name and he's referred to as Sekiro by a man speaking Japanese. So I was like, oh, I was validated. This is right.
You know, Ellie, we really are the last of us.
Yes, sir.
Which is interesting because like I hear because when that game was announced, it was Shadows Die Twice, right?
Yes, that was the initial Game Awards reveal.
But apparently, the game was always called Sekiro, but Activision is the one that told them to slap Shadows Die Twice on it.
Okay.
So, which is I don't know. Just my perspective, I'm thinking, oh, Activision called it Sekiro because of that interaction or something like that. But no, other way around.
That's crazy because that's so. I mean, I guess this is just jumping into it, but that's just like the game. That's the mechanic, you know.
The Shadows dying twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is Sekiro?
Sekiro is the newest game from Software, famous for.
Cookies and cream.
Yeah, they did that. They did Eternal Night, I think. What else did they do? They did
Kingdom something. I feel
King's Quest.
King's Quest? No, that's the PC adventure game.
Okay,
but
well,
did they do Tenchu?
No, I don't think they did Tenchu.
Okay,
but it's basic. It's the newest installment in the sort of very fluid description Soul series, I guess.
Right. The stuff that started with Demon Souls, right? That kind of... I don't know. This game is a good bit different from it, from what I've seen.
Yes. Have you played much of it yet?
Yeah, I bought it.
Okay.
I am 10 hours in right now, and...
oh, very nice.
Yeah. I won't say anything yet, though. I'll let you talk.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I got it... Thursday at, well, technically Friday at 2 a.m. because I was waiting to use a code for a discount, but I found out the code is expired, so I ended up I should have just pre-ordered it.
What a shame.
Yeah, but I got to play it. I started Saturday, and I think I've probably put in somewhere between maybe 13 to 18 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, and I like it a lot. I felt like the first 5 hours or so was much more approachable than my first 5 hours with Bloodborne.
Yeah.
And I love Bloodborne. I'm very bad at Bloodborne, but I really like that game a lot. It's one of my favorites from this generation. But yes.
I'm going to say something. I'm going to interrupt you right now. I need you to shut your mouth and just listen.
All right.
for a second. Yo, Sekiro. Sekiro is the greatest game ever made. It's fucking good.
It's really, really good. I like it a lot.
Good. Like it's I have played all those Dark Souls, Bloodborne, whatever's Demon Souls just a little. Like basically, I played about 20 hours of each until I can't progress anymore. So maybe that'll happen with Sekiro, but the game is very different from those in terms of the combat.
Very much, yeah.
Like it's very rhythmic. It's just a lot of deflecting, like parrying, and that death blow animation, right? It's a lot of parrying, right?
Yeah.
Into that death blow thing.
Oh, death blow. Okay, yeah.
It is the closest thing I have felt to playing Metal Gear Rising since that game came out. It is so sick. Like,
Dang.
the way you just attack enemies and like they're all done within 10 seconds basically.
I
can't
love
get
how
enough.
fast you can get through environments in this.
Yeah.
Because it really does prioritize the death blow and the parrying mechanics, where in Bloodborne, I'm going to make a lot of comparisons to Bloodborne because
Sure.
I don't have a ton of experience with Demon Souls, well, any experience with Demon Souls, and very limited with the original Dark Souls. But yeah, moving through environments is faster. I feel more confident. I feel like, for the most part, mini bosses are manageable in a way that I still feel like I'm well equipped going into a fight. Whereas
Yeah.
something like Bloodborne, it's more, okay, I gotta die, see what the deal is here, get better at that, and then just go until I can do it. Whereas this, I do feel like more often than not, I feel like there's a chance my first time I can get through it.
Well, what's interesting about this is that there's no RPG mechanics really, right? There's a skill tree.
Yeah,
But
that's about it.
nothing on the skill tree is really so crazy that, oh, this is going to change the way I play this game. They're all, mechanics that might come in handy and passive skills that'll be handy. But every time you find an enemy, you kind of know that, oh, you're going to have to beat him the way you are, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because with Bloodborne or Demon Souls or Dark Souls, I got into a habit of, oh, let me fight this enemy. Oh, I clearly am not powerful enough. Let me go around and grind for a bit and level
Yeah,
up.
and then just dump into strength and
Right.
dexterity and stuff like that.
But this game is just like, oh, I'm just going to keep fighting this guy until I get it.
That's
And
one thing that I'm... Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, I just keep moving forward in this
Yeah,
game that I just
definitely.
never did with the other games. Like, I would just get stuck on stuff and just like, oh, guess I gotta do some more grinding. And I keep repeating the same exact, encounters just to get those
Mhm.
souls. But this game is just like, no, just keep moving forward.
Yeah, and like you said, I feel like that's credited to the fact that they have more of a focus now, because I remember when it was revealed that you really only have your katana, some
Yeah.
people weren't happy with that. I was overjoyed
Right.
because, again, playing Bloodborne the first time, I picked the saw blade, and then I was talking to some of my friends who are really good at the Soul series, and they're like, oh, you should have picked Hunter Axe. You're going to struggle like in 10 minutes.
Oh my god,
It's
yeah,
like,
tell
oh,
me
well.
about it.
I messed up.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that the pressure from decisions about weapons or specific skills, or not skills, but stats,
Yeah.
that's sort of lifted from you, because this is your character. This is a character they created, and they want you. They know what ideally you should have at certain points, so they can design the levels with that in mind, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, once you get a certain prosthetic, you're able to do more damage against certain enemies, so you'll have an easier time getting through a certain path over another path. I like that approach more than the go anywhere, but if you're not strong enough, you got to go somewhere else.
Yeah, well, I mean, this game actually does employ that too, though. And
Yeah, it
like
does.
the level
I feel
design
like it's way less than
Sure.
the others.
Sure, but the level design from the Soul series is still there in some great ways. Like the way
Oh,
that
yeah.
fortress, like the castle or whatever, has been designed. Not the castle specifically, but the outskirts of it
Yeah.
is pretty immaculate. And you can find something that takes you to a different environment, right? I don't know if
Yes.
you've seen that, right? But that is another. I know some people went and say they had trouble with the first boss. They would just go in. Oh, let me just go explore this area for a bit.
Yeah,
But
that's
I d-
actually
I don't think they're
that
grinding
happened
up.
to me.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have trouble with that first boss?
So what ended up happening for me, and I'll keep it vague, I guess, because the game just came out,
Yeah.
but so I got the item to go to that other environment,
Uh-huh.
and I got to the Drunkard, Jozu, I think. Jiaozu.
I'm in that
Uh,
other environment. I haven't gotten to that guy yet.
Okay, so he
I'm
was
just
like,
behind the the two guys with the shields.
yes.
Just trying to figure that out right now.
Okay, yeah. So I got to a mini boss. Took me about 4 hours.
Okay.
And this is actually funny because up until that point, there was one other enemy I fought that had, I think it was like the ogre, the chained guy.
Chain Ogre, yeah.
I fought him already, and then I fought this drunkard, and I saw the fog gate behind them, and I was like, oh, maybe this is how they're doing bosses this time, because I know they've been taking some liberties with things, they want to experiment with the whole Souls sort of format, so maybe the bosses now are more open, there's less pressure for you to stay in a specific arena. I spent about 4 hours on this drunkard guy. It was very hard. It was the first major wall I hit. And my friend texted me and he was like, Christian, we haven't gotten to the first boss yet. I was like, are you serious? So yeah, I reached the boss after that fat drunk guy.
The boss in the
place on fire.
Okay. Is that the lady?
Yes.
I haven't seen her yet. I've only seen Twitter and forums talk about her. I'm very excited about it.
So yeah, I got to Lady Butterfly, and that was, I guess, not intentionally the first boss, but that was my first encounter with a boss.
A lot of people had similar experiences, I think.
Yeah, I got destroyed.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
But because of my whole point of that was I got to there, spent a long time trying to fight her, and then went back to the starting area, progressed more there, and found, I guess, the real first boss, and then I had no trouble with him.
Yeah. It's funny that like in the Souls games, you would spend, a day or something, let's say 3 hours and against a boss, and you still might be progressing or something, because you still get your souls and then run out of there or whatever, or maybe not for a boss specifically, but you could still progress and make progress when you're still dying a bunch, But with this game, it is very much, no, I am just doing this for a while, and I'm not making any progress other than in my head learning these animations. And I think that's a turnoff for some people, for sure.
Yeah, but I like it personally.
I kind of love it, yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm getting better.
Yeah. It also feels like everyone on the internet is playing the same game that I am.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people online, like, I thought the Chain Ogre was a boss with how some people were talking about him,
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me with the drunk guy.
I actually had, I think the generals gave me a lot of trouble, honestly.
Oh, the guy blocking that first path?
Well, both of them, right?
Well, the two of them.
But they give you prayer beads, but for some reason those kept getting to me. And I think my rut ends up happening where I just say I get one death blow in, then I just get way too excited, and I just lose it all the time. Like I had that same issue with the first boss you're supposed to encounter, the
Gyobu?
Horse guy, right?
Yeah, Gyobu.
Yeah, sorry, and he was. Like, he's honestly not hard. Like, he's intimidating at first, I think, because it's just, his entrance is so
giant
good.
Horse.
Yeah. Like, honestly, his entrance might be the best boss entrance I've ever seen.
It's really brilliant. Good, yeah.
Yeah.
I love his when he introduces himself, too.
Yeah, and I saw that, like, over 30 times. Never got old.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah. But, I had similar issues with that with I just would get to that second death blow and then just lose it. But also then I ended up figuring out that, I need another prosthetic that I just didn't find on the map. And so I had to get
I love this.
Yeah, I had to find some online guide to find out where that prosthetic was. And I had a similar experience with the shield guy right now. I actually missed that prosthetic as well.
Okay.
So I just had to grab that too, which is kind of concerning for me because I keep missing these vital prosthetics.
It's funny you say that because I found one, I won't specifically say what it is, but I found a prosthetic that was kind of off the beaten path, and I was talking to someone who already beat the game and someone who, again, the Soul series is their favorite series ever.
Yeah.
And they're close to the ending, and I was like, oh yeah, I found this this feather thing, and they're like, wait, what? And it's crazy that I had no idea that so many of the prosthetics, or at least this one specifically, was very hidden, and I haven't used that one a ton. I think it's awesome, but I don't see it helping very much with most of the enemies I've encountered already. But I'm glad that stuff like that is in there, and I think the prosthetics are an interesting take on something like the trick weapons from Bloodborne, where there's a gimmick to an item that you have, but it's not necessarily it's not tied to your strength. It's tied to giving yourself more opportunity to mess with their posture.
Yeah, I mean, the mobility stuff too with the grappling hook is pretty neat as well.
Yeah, do you have the upgrades for the enemy grapple?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay.
The upgrade.
That's in one of the skill trees, and that helped me at least with Gyobu.
The upgrade, I might honestly just grind this out with some podcasts or something. But you see that on the skill tree, there's that one for 5 skill points. You get some little health back for every death blow.
Oh, I haven't seen that, no.
Dude, it's right there. Mm-hmm. And I need to get it. That will make the game feel exactly like Metal Gear Rising, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
So.
I love, just talking upgrades, I love the Makiri counter.
Oh, yeah,
It's very satisfying.
Is that the one where it's L1 and R1?
No, so the Makiri counter is when somebody lunges at you, you step on their weapon.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Like timing that perfectly is so nice.
I'm having some issues right now with like that is cool when you do it and it's very fun. But right now I'm struggling with I think this is probably I haven't seen this yet even, but before the Drunkard, there is that white robe dude with the spear.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's giving me a lot of trouble right now.
Okay, so with that guy, the path that he is on is just a small room with a couple items in it.
Okay.
If that's something that's like bothering you. But so I think it might have been like some amount of gold, I guess. I don't remember, but
this guy is in front of that fog thing you were talking about.
Is he?
Yeah. He's just past the guys with the 2 shields.
Uh-huh.
White robe guy with the spear, he has 2 death blows. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Drunkard isn't down that path.
Okay.
But yeah, I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Does he give you a prayer bead, you know?
He does not, no, because he's just a mini-boss.
But the generals gave me prayer beads.
Yeah,
and the Chain Ogre did.
I think it might just be the generals.
All right.
I don't know, because I don't remember if I got a prayer bead from the Ogre.
Yeah, you did. You did. I think.
Weird.
Pretty sure. You didn't get a prayer bead from the boss, though.
Yeah, because you get the essence thing, the memory.
Yeah, which, by the way, was a bit of a disappointment, because like they said, encounter this essence again in your memories to get something.
Yeah, I thought you were going to have to fight him again.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like a VR mission thing, which would be so helpful for some of those. I realize I just want this game to be as Metal Gear as possible now, but like say if I could just have a combat environment with some of these guys, maybe that goes against the design methodology for this game though. Mm-hmm. But that would be great if I could just study those animations like that.
This was just a random thought after you said that, but what would have been a cool way to implement that?
What?
You know the Undying guy at your like base camp?
In yeah.
At the
he's great.
The small state, yeah. The guy is like, please kill me.
Yeah.
It would have been cool if like he was able to. So he's already like has some mystical thing about him. Maybe like have him transform into the boss and just do a sword fight with them.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's right there, but maybe that just makes the game too easy in their mind. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think we haven't mentioned that this game, unlike other From Software games, is like a stealth kind of thing as well.
Yeah,
the stealth is very satisfying, I think.
Yeah, so with the stealth, I love the killing from above stuff. I like the eavesdropping. I feel like most of the time when I do a stealth kill, if there's somebody like 6 feet away from them, they hear me.
That does happen sometimes.
I feel like that's happened very frequently for me.
Well, yes, I feel like there's certain encounters I think I know totally what you're talking about. But
also,
you can
on top of that, if you're sneaking and then you do a stealth kill, you default to standing up again after the kill.
Oh yeah, it's true.
So,
but you can crouch pretty quickly, and I think it'll be okay. But you can definitely in typical Souls fashion, you can bait out people. You got those ceramic shards, so you can bait out someone, so you can get them away from the 6 feet. But weirdly, I feel like go for it.
I was gonna say that's how I sort of approached the Drunkard for the first few rounds because he's surrounded by dudes.
Cool. Oh really?
So, yeah.
It's like the Arkham Asylum boss fight.
Yeah, pretty much. I just pick them off one at a time until it's manageable.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gross. Well, I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it definitely feels like, I know I'm just saying this because it's a stealth game, but like, oh man, this is my dream Metal Gear Rising, Metal Gear Solid 5 hybrid.
Hmm. Yeah,
So,
I mean, I do think the stealth and the actual like sneaking around stuff works really well.
I love how it feels. Like, there's a tactile feel to it. Because, like, say in like an Arkham Asylum or something, to mention it again,
Mhm.
you are always stealthing into an animation, right?
Yes.
Like, you're on a gargoyle, some guy walks below you, hit the button, animation happens, you stealthed him. This
Mhm.
game, like, oh, I want to stealth death blow a guy, I gotta jump off and hope that the marker comes in.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird, but like, it feels kind of loose in a way I just really love.
Yeah, definitely.
It's bizarre.
There's been a few times where I've overshot the guy beneath me,
Yeah.
and I just land in front of him, and he just looks at me, and I have like 2 seconds to get him before somebody else notices.
Yeah.
Um,
I've had similar things.
mhm.
So this game also has a story in it, kind
It
of.
does.
Any thoughts on that so far?
I like it. I like the setup so far.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I think, like, the way Bloodborne sets up its world is one of my favorite things ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just that atmosphere, the way people act, the characters, the lore, everything, the way that story's told through environments and through items and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love that to death. I think that's amazing. With Sekiro, I obviously I feel those fingerprints here. Like, there are some things that I found out before the story cutscenes told me them by reading item descriptions
Sure.
or talking to other people. But so far, the actual narrative, I feel like, hasn't been very overbearing. Like, I feel like
It's not
it's
in the way.
mostly, yeah, it's mostly just been like, here's the setup, here's how you got your arm, and then
Go.
yeah, and then they pull you back in to talk about dragon rot a little bit, and then that's
Yeah.
about it.
Right. I honestly, I am not really into the story at all so far.
Okay.
Like, I think it's a bit of a disappointment for me in that on that front because, like, yeah, it is their first game with a story, so I don't know. I kind of hope they had some justification for it, but at least the setting is there.
Yeah.
Like, if the story is whatever, they need some justification for the setting.
Mhm.
That's awesome because the setting is amazing. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, I
definitely.
think this is one of the prettiest games I've ever played too. It looks gorgeous. Like, the art design is immaculate.
I feel like it came at a very good time also,
Like, how do you mean?
because, what, 2016 we got Neo, or was it 2017?
I think it was 2017.
Yeah, so we've had some time since Neo, which was like dabbling in this sort of setting,
Well, yeah, but
with
I
this
mean,
sort of genre.
Sure, but artistically, I feel like those games are pretty different. Like, in terms
Right,
of
yeah, that's
art
why
design.
I'm saying I feel like this is coming at a good time, especially because Tsushima is also
Yeah.
coming up at some point.
It's true, but I still think Ghosts, like, they all look different enough too.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. I
I
just
think
think,
we definitely
uh,
like to have all these games. I think.
yeah, for sure. But I think last E3 is when
They had all three
Ghost
of these.
Tsushima, Neo 2, and
No,
Sekiro.
Sekiro was the Microsoft,
Right.
and then Sony had Ghosts and
All within 24 hours.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Sekiro was the one that I walked away most impressed and most interested in, just visually,
Yeah.
because of the art design and the way everything was existing in its own world.
I really like how Ghosts look.
Yeah, I
There's
do too.
some
I just feel like
crazy
this was...
like vistas and framing in there that seems
Yeah.
pretty rad.
I just, from a marketing standpoint, I thought what Sekiro was showing was more interesting.
Sure.
But
does
because like we don't know
Ghost-
when Ghost is coming,
Yeah, but Ghost doesn't have any of the mythological stuff though, as of
that
yet,
we know
right?
of right now.
Right. I hope it stays straight.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because
And then,
the mythology stuff is great. I mean, I love it here, but I think as someone who just watched Seven Samurai, you can keep it straight and it's still brilliant.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But
Neo
yeah,
also
I
had a
think-
bunch of that mythological stuff too, which the
Yeah.
myth stuff is better here than it is in Neo for sure.
Yeah, that's why I feel like it was good, because it's been a couple years since Neo, so there was time to breathe. There's been nothing like this for a while, and then Tsushima's still up in the air. That's what I meant by everything.
I
pretty
also
much.
like the protagonist in this much more than I like the Neo protagonist.
Oh,
Neo
yeah,
protagonist is fine, But Wolf or Sekiro, however you want to call him, is his dialogue responses are great. I always find.
You're playing in Japanese, right?
Yeah, I think there's no English dub option even.
I think there is.
I didn't see one. Or maybe you're right, but it's amazing that it is.
Yeah, the default is Japanese.
Yeah, they tell you right there, which is brilliant. It's an Activision published game, and it's
creator's intent. It's bold, and I love it.
Yeah, it's rad, really cool. Cause I really was expecting it to have an English dub. Cause the Yakuza team gets a lot of shit for that.
Yeah.
And to where they even are making a dub for the Judgment, which is kind of ridiculous, but.
Yeah, well.
Whatever. I'm sure there's a lot of talent involved in there, and people can play it however they want to.
Mm-hmm.
But, anyways, this game's pretty impressive to me. Like I don't want to spoil this moment, but there's a moment before you're traversing to the fort for that first boss fight you're supposed to see in the outskirts.
I really wanted to talk about this.
Okay, you can talk about it if you want to, but hey, man, that was the most impressive visual thing I've seen From Software do ever. Like, this game stands... Like, I think the games always kind of look dated when they come out from Software, but this one I feel like...
They definitely have a specific style.
Yeah, this one I feel like just stands right next to all of them, though. Like, I just played Devil May Cry 5. I think this looks better than that in most respects.
Yeah, I really want to talk about the sequence because it is my favorite in the game so far.
It's pretty good. Straight up PS3 gen God of War shit.
Yeah, and it's very early on.
Yeah.
It's like, if you went that path, it's probably within the first 5 hours.
Yeah.
So there's a moment where this was shown in trailers, so like I knew it was coming.
I had no idea about this.
Like, it was like the last stinger of one of the trailers. You just see it jump in at you. And I was like, oh, okay. But I had no idea it was coming this early. And when I was going towards the ogre area, there was a small gathering of trees and individual mountains you could go on to find an item. Mm-hmm. And on one of the tree branches you could grapple onto, there was this giant snake skin hanging. Cool. I was like, ooh, this is coming sooner than I expected. So, you get to I forget what area it is, but...
It is that fort after you fight that second general.
Yeah.
It's just after that.
Yeah, you drop down underneath a broken bridge, and you go into a sort of like a ravine, I guess, and you're just traveling into the next area. But while you're there, the screen starts shaking, and then all of a sudden you see this giant albino snake.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's really cool the way that thing moves.
Yeah, it's like seeing it up close in so many of the encounters and like using the stealth mechanics to hide from it. And there was one specific moment actually where the snake is probably like the head of the snake is probably like shooting out super far, and it's just swiveling probably 15 feet left and right. Mm-hmm. And you're in a patch of grass, and there's like a 3-foot gap between you and the next piece of grass.
Yeah.
But the snake's head keeps like circling back, and it's a very tight window of when you can move over there and where you have to move, because odds are you will either touch the snake or be seen by the snake. That was one of the most tense things I've done in a game in the past 8 months.
I just love how they've it really feels like a Disney animatronic kind of ride thing.
Yeah.
The way the thing just pops in, like, it's in this this side of the thing, this in that side. Mm-hmm. Is just cool. What do you think of that? What do you think of that Dragonaut system?
The Dragonrot, so I got it the first time, and I'm pretty sure that's canned. Like, that's a thing that's going to happen regardless.
Right. I guess we should explain what this is. The Dragonrot system in this game is basically every time you die in this, unlike Souls, you actually just straight up lose half of your money and half of your experience gained. And if you die, if you keep, it's a weird system, so it's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you die, you have a 30% chance at the beginning to not lose all that, called Unseen Prayer. I can't remember what it's called. Unseen Aid. And eventually though, if you keep dying and dying and dying, that chance of 30% will go down to all the way to, I got it down to 13% at one point.
I also did. Yeah, that was my first one.
And Yeah, it's kind of punishing, honestly, in a way that, especially when it first happens, you don't know if you can even remove it.
Yeah, it was something.
Yeah, I was really stressed about that.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It feels like it's very inconsequential, especially from some people I've talked to.
Yeah.
It seems so. Basically, it seems like the only thing it does is it walls off you from doing the side quest for a specific character.
Oh, really?
Until you heal them.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, so I guess there's more you can learn about the the first time you encounter Dragonrot, it affects the sculptor, who is the guy who gave you your prosthetic and the guy you upgrade your prosthetic through.
Yeah.
So when you heal him, you like share a drink with him, and he gives you some more backstory. And I guess you can keep finding other drinks, other versions of alcohol to bring him, and you can keep learning more tidbits about his past and his whole deal.
Yeah.
But if you never healed him from Dragonrot, you aren't able to have that encounter. And I
see.
I think it's the same way with other NPCs you encounter.
Hmm.
So yeah, I right now, I never got a second blood droplet to heal it yet, but I think
I just did. Which is weird.
I know you can buy it.
I think I just ended up finding one recently. I don't know if I have the same charm I need, because you need the tier and something else with it. So maybe someone just dropped it, honestly. I don't know, but I ended up getting
it. Could have, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know you can buy it somewhere. I forget which vendor, but 2 of the merchants I've encountered so far now have it.
Yeah.
That was my second round of Dragonrot. I haven't healed them yet.
There's that merchant with the gourd seed. Brilliant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
About that instantly.
It's very good, yeah.
Well,
but yeah, the Dragonrot system, I don't think it impacts much.
Sure, I think I had to get over that, though, because originally it did kind of piss me off.
Yeah, I totally thought it was going to be a bigger deal than it was.
Yeah, because that kind of got in my way of just keep moving forward mentality with this, you know? I was like, oh, wait, do I have to go grind this out quickly or something?
Yeah.
But now I'm just kind of ignoring it. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it's still it did happen pretty early for me, so I guess that was still when I was getting tutorials.
Did you just have the one Dragonrot? You never had 2?
So I had the one that happens first, and I have a second one right now.
Okay. See, I had 4 at one point, then I healed them.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have 2 at once right now, but it's like the second wave of Dragonrot.
I had 4 at once, but that was the first wave, I think.
Okay. I think my first wave was 2.
Okay.
But, yeah, I don't think it impacts the ending or anything like that. So.
Did you beat Lady Butterfly?
I did.
Okay.
I've beaten 2 bosses, and I'm on my way to a 3rd currently.
I am really dreading this Lady Butterfly fight. Everyone's talking about her. And,
it took me a long time.
You know, I don't, because I really hope I can finish this game, because I never have with one of these. But this is the one that I think this is their best game yet in terms of the 8 hours I played of it. So maybe that changes, but really this is the one that's most for me, I think.
I agree. Again, I think I'm like 15-ish in, and I also think I have the best chance of finishing this one, and I'm curious to see if I feel any differently after this, going back and seeing if anything's changed about how I feel about Bloodborne, or maybe trying Dark Souls again.
It just feels very good to get good at this.
Definitely, yeah.
I really like Dark Souls and Bloodborne too, honestly.
Me too, yeah.
Those games
Bloodborne.
are great. I even like Dark Souls 2 a lot. 3 I didn't really play. But, yeah, it'd be cool if Sekiro actually ended up making me like those games, but what I like about those games is actually still present in Sekiro, right? The level design and stuff, the interconnecting, the way that, like, have you ever seen that picture of the Dark Souls 1 map, like, zoomed out a bunch? Yeah, it's kind of great. Like, all that stuff is there, but it's just the combat here, I think I just much prefer it, you know? So.
It's easier to wrap your head around.
Definitely, and it's just me struggling with myself, you know?
Yeah, and I am curious to see if that does, like, if the tutorial and the way I think about things in this, because it's a little more guiding, I guess, if that changes the way I think of how I approach things in their other games.
Yeah, for sure.
Because now it is very much, instead of just trial by fire, it's like, here's a couple things on how things work, think of things this way. So maybe, I don't know, things could change for the other games for me.
I hope, for your sake, I mean, this is not Souls related now, but for my sake as well, or for everyone's sake, really, they put a remaster of Metal Gear Rising on PS4. Because that game was really great, and I'm not seeing this comparison made a lot. Honestly, maybe I'm just missing it. But look, the games are similar. They should put that out again.
I believe you.
And fuck, it was so good. I might reinstall it after I beat Sekiro or get sick of it. Who knows? Hopefully, I beat it. As stated.
I feel like it's pretty manageable from like the times I've heard, the number of bosses I've heard rumblings of. I feel like it's something doable if you're feeling this good about it still.
I had a tough time with that first boss.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be easier for the second.
Yeah, by the end of it, I was like good at it, though. Good at beating him. But like, it really was just like, I don't know what it is. Like mentally, I'm just thinking like, there's no way I can do this. It's a boss, and it's all the mental stuff. But who knows? Maybe I'll finish Sekiro and I'll be a better person.
That
might happen. Who knows? Well, shall that do it for us on Sekiro for this week?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, I think that's going to do it for the podcast this week. So thanks for checking it out. Just talking video games. Would you like to plug anything? You don't have to, but you could if you'd like to.
Yeah, sure. I have a Marvel show on the channel. We're getting very close to Avengers Endgame. We just did Spider-Man Homecoming this past Monday.
Nice.
Next Monday will be Black Panther. We're changing the order up a little bit.
Nice. That movie's good as hell.
Yeah, it's weird because like the way going chronological order would suck because it would be like, oh, we watch Infinity War this week, then Ant-Man 2, and then Endgame. So we're switching some things around a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to
how many times have you seen Infinity War?
I've seen it, I think, 3 times.
Damn.
Twice in theater and once when it released.
What was the best watch?
Probably the first or second time in theaters.
Any Marvel movies you think really benefit from rewatches?
Yes, actually. I think Iron Man 3 does.
Really?
Also...
I had a good time with that in the theater, but I was all game. I had no idea for the plot twist, but I was just sitting there just enjoying it.
Yeah.
But
I
know a lot of people didn't like that twist.
Yeah, I really like Iron Man 3. I think that benefits from rewatches.
I think I wasn't in tune into the marketing either, to where that twist was more than fine for me. I was like, oh yeah, all right.
Age of Ultron also.
Really?
Yeah, that's aged better than the first one for me, at least.
That's bonkers to me. I mean, I haven't seen it since the theaters, but I remember not caring for it.
Same, but I prefer it now. So
that's nuts.
Yeah, that's every Monday, but that's about it. My Twitter's at Christian Buckley.
Twice in theaters.
Black Panther's real good.
It is real good. And that one was fine on the rewatch, honestly. Yeah. Well, that does it. Thanks, everyone. See ya.
See you next week.